Hey, Mr. Gibson here, and it's time to show off those 3D drawing skills. Get to it. All right, if that doesn't get your toes tapping, I don't know what does. So, time to create a new project. We're going to use our 3D drawing skills to create form towers, or if you think you can take it a step further, 3D worlds. Okay, and so this is entirely up to your imagination and how far you can take it. All right, but first things first, form drawing. You need to practice these forms that I'm about to show you coming up right now. Okay, so the forms I am about to draw will use these two shapes as their starting point, right? And you got to understand foreshortening means to turn something on its side. So I am taking a circle and I will turn it into an ellipse. Okay, an ellipse is its own type of shape, okay, and it looks like an oval, okay, but we are going to refer to this as foreshortening because the circle maintains its circular form. It only appears to change because we are tilting the circle. The same as this square down here. The square is a square, but when I turn or tilt that square, it's going to change the way it looks into what we refer to as a rhombus. But in our reality, we're just taking and we're making a foreshortened square, which appears to be a rhombus on our 2D paper. Okay, and so I'm going to start with the ellipse and the shapes that will use that. This is the dot method that you may use to create your foreshortened shapes. The first one is the ellipse. So we'll use two dots and just stretch them out. As you can see, I'm about 3 or 4 fingers apart. And then I'm just going to create a circle that uses these as their kind of end point, as you can see. And it's okay to go around here a little bit and make it kind of sketchy looking. That's just fine. There is a dot system ellipse. Here is the dot system to create a rhombus or a foreshortened square. Go ahead and start with 2 dots separated just like we did for our ellipse. Now on this one though, I'd like you to put your finger in the center of these dots. Put a dot on top of your finger and put a dot below that dot on the other side of your finger, creating a connect the dots. Lines that are across from each other should remain parallel or going in the same direction. There is a dot system rhombus. Okay, now that you have seen a quick version of these forms being drawn, it is now time to create your own little tower. All right, and so of course you need to create shading to make this look more realistic. And so this is a little image that you can see the value scale. And remember, value is a light or darkness of something, or a color, I should say. And then shape and form is 3D versus 2D, okay? So here's an example of what you can do with these towers. You can just stack them up. Just draw shapes in a block stacking tower, just like you used to build blocks when you were a little kid. And then you're going to shade them best you can. And then try to create the shadows on the other objects around them, as you can see on this one. Here's a good example of color, a nice shadow. I'm going to go through these pretty quick. I'll leave the slideshow below the video here, and you can look through these on your own pace, but you can turn these into actual objects and stack them that way, like this student did. You don't have to just use a sphere and a cylinder plane. You can actually make them objects, all right, as you can see here. Or just stick with the forms. That's totally fine. Either way, as long as I can find those 3D forms, you'll be doing a good job. All right, here's getting a little more creative with this. And then, so we can take this to the next level. So beyond just these form towers, we can start to get a little creative with this, all right? And we can start to maybe make these into kind of worlds using these 3D forms. And here's a great example of that. This is Baby World, you can see right up in here. And these are just cubes that the student has arranged in a way that's just kind of playful and fun. Same with this one and this one. I like the cube earth on this one particularly. And then apps popping off the screen, which is a really clever idea. Find all sorts of ways to use these shapes. Don't limit yourself to just stacking them. If you feel like you can go beyond just stacking forms in a block tower, please do so. But this is really where I'd like you to go, is using these forms for an actual piece of art. But if you just need to practice and work this out and build up those towers, totally fine. You can still get a good grade. All right. Board games, very good use of forms. All right, that's all you need to know. Go ahead and practice and then create your design. I look forward to seeing it on Padlet, and have an awesome day.